Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I've got a message for Capricorn, and I have asked my guides and spirit to bring a message and a feeling through the cards that's going to be specific but also deeply meaningful for you as you navigate your spiritual journey this week. If you're new to the channel, I invite you and encourage you really strongly to subscribe because it's really beneficial to you to receive that support from the other side and from spirit every week as you navigate your journey. So let's get straight into your reading. It's a bit of an interesting one. Okay, I'm going to show you one card at a time. The energy around you this week, we've got the Four of Cups. This is a very reflective, introspective kind of emotional energy. It's a little bit of a downer, kind of like when you're not feeling great about things and you're wallowing in a little bit of self-pity. And usually I would feel like this is something that you shouldn't be doing, but actually this is maybe something that you ought to be doing this week. A little bit, not wallowing in self-pity, but just checking in with those emotions. Checking in how you really feel about things, because there's a lot of layers in there. There's a lot of things that have been kind of ignored and pushed down because you've had other things to do. And there's a lot that wants to come up and talk to you. And not surprisingly, you're kind of wanting to resist it. We've got the Two of Wands here. So the Two of Wands is kind of like, I'm ready to take action. I'm over this. I'm looking into the future. I'm going to figure out what it is that I need to do. And the card is really asking you to stay present, to stay in the moment, and to really check in emotionally with what's going on. And I understand that that can be really uncomfortable, especially when we have things to do and places to go. But that's really a strong message that I'm getting for you this week, that it's really important to check in with those emotions. And literally they're saying the word stop. So taking time today to just stop and say, like, okay, how do I feel right now? What's going on with me emotionally? Because it's so easy to just push through, and especially when there's things to do, when we're so task oriented, it's very easy just to push through and not pay attention to that emotional life, to that emotional body at all. So why do I want you to do this? Or I mean, it's really not me, it's what message is coming through from the guides. But let's look at these cards here. We've got the Nine of Cups, we've got the Hanged Man, and we've got the Empress. I love this. And the imagery is so wonderful. So this guy is like taking a dive, and it's almost mirroring the Hanged Man. So it's like this card dives and then turns upside down and becomes the Hanged Man. So they're asking you to enjoy this emotional process and to really surrender to it. That's our Hanged Man here. So, and this is, notice this is, well, I'll just tell you, Nine of Cups is usually a card of blessings, of things going well and flowing really lovely and lovely-y, if that's a word, but they're flowing really nicely to you. And so this is an encouraging message that when you give in to that emotional flow and you allow those emotions to swirl and process within you, when you really surrender to that process, that can actually be very enjoyable. I'm feeling like a sense of relief because it's kind of like you're finally acknowledging, you're finally paying attention to this energy that has been kind of buried or hidden or ignored. And when you pay attention to it, it's kind of finally like you're pouring some love on it. And it's just so happy to be seen that you just get this immense sense of release. Like I keep wanting to do this with my arms, like flow. So it started off very innocent, just with asking you to stay in the moment and ask yourself what's going on. But I think as you do this, you're going to feel a lot more emotional release, and it's going to become easier as you are willing to surrender to these emotions. It's going to become much easier. And then you have this lovely surprise at the end, the Empress. So this is really great. So there's a lot of messages with this one card. There's the idea of that you're deeply supported in this endeavor. This is a mothering, nurturing energy. So as you touch your emotions and as you flow in there, you are being strongly supported either by another person or just by circumstances in your world, like giving you the space to process this, giving you the time. This may also be kind of a mentor figure. It's coming through right now as a mentor figure. So you're deeply supported in this emotional process. There's someone you trust, and there's someone that knows the value of this process for you. Now, the Empress is also the receiving of abundance, the receiving of blessings. So if we back up, if you have been asking for something and you've been wanting to manifest these wonderful things, these helpful, beneficial things that would make you thrive and that would make you really enjoy your life, if you've been needing those things and you've got some stuck energy in your vibrational field, in your emotional body, if you've got some stuck energy, then you're blocking the flow. So you might be doing all the right things. You might be saying enough mantras, or you might be saying enough affirmations. You might be visualizing enough. You might be doing all the hard work. But if you've got an emotional blockage, what you're asking for can't flow to you. So once you get in the flow of releasing that emotional blockage, this Empress energy, the abundance of the universe, comes flowing to you, and you're able finally to reap the harvest of what you wanted. With these two cards here, the Hanged Man and the Empress, very feminine energies, very idea of surrendering. And it's very hard if you have a very strong control to let go of that control and surrender to something that's so flowy and messy and doesn't seem to have an order or a structure. But your message is here that when you allow yourself to do that, you're actually going to flow forward much more easily. And this thing that you're asking for is just effortlessly going to come into your life, just like that. But the real joy for you in this process is, it's just kind of like the Empress is a bonus. The real joy is understanding that this process is okay, that there's actually joy in the process of touching these uncomfortable emotions and allowing them to come up and allowing them to be acknowledged by you and to be loved by you and seen. And you don't have to do like a really cheesy, like, oh, hello, sadness, I love you, or hello, anger, I love you. Like, no, you don't have to do that. But just by paying attention to it and acknowledging it without running away or judging it or saying, oh, this is awful, why am I feeling this way? Or this is stupid, I shouldn't be feeling this way. Why am I feeling this way? That's a sign of weakness. You're not doing any of that. You're just simply observing it and sitting with it, and as uncomfortable as that is, just letting it be. That act is giving love to yourself and love to that part of yourself that just wants to be seen. And it's so simple to describe. I know it's uncomfortable to go through, but it's so simple to do, and that's all that you have to do to get your abundance to come to you. And you've been working so hard, like trying to force it to come to you, kind of will it to come to you, and all they're saying is, remove this emotional blockage from your energy field, and then it flows to you. It's that simple. So, this is a really big concept to grasp. And so if you have questions about it, please reach out in the comments. And I also want to let you know that if you need more help on a specific level, I'm more than happy to do a reading for you. And really let you understand how this all works and what it really truly means to you individually. As this was a collective reading, it's not that there's a limit to the specific information I can get. It's just that I'm trying to deliver, and I'm asking my guides to give me the message in a way that's meaningful for many people. So we have to kind of touch a lot of things here. Short story, if you're curious about your personal message, check out trueguidancetarot.com. And I also wanted to let you know, if you are interested in learning about the tarot and how to really channel your intuition through the tarot, I'm offering some online classes. And they are really awesome. They're unlike any other class that you will ever take. It's an amazing class where you really get to touch and understand your own intuition and how it works. So if you're interested in any of that, trueguidancetarot.com. And I wish you a great week, and I'll see you next time.